What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to Deal Desk. I call your leads live. If it's your first time tuning in, you submit your leads for me to call live. It doesn't matter the situation, where they're at. I encourage you to submit leads that you've spoken to that are warm or have some kind of motivation. I don't want to make this cold calling, but I don't mind it. But that's not the point of this. We want to have real conversations with people. It doesn't matter how it's going to go. But let's get started. The first lead we have here is in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. So what do we got in Oklahoma City? So this property, they actually dropped the price $35K 10 days ago. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1072 square feet. Okay. Built in 1920. The house is perfect project for anyone looking to start with simple layout. It's a blank canvas ready to personal touch. 17 days, 72 saves. Located 5 minutes from downtown OKC. Okay, great. So let me see here. This is okay. All right. So needs full renovation. So I'm going to go ahead and look at these comps before I call, because sometimes I think right off the bat it's a good price, but then, I see how long it's been listed, and then I see how they drop the price. Now, it's only been on the market for 17 days, which is fine. This is for sale by owner. Okay, perfect. For sale by owner as is. Let's take a look at the comps real quick. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1072 square feet. Let's see what we got. And remember, when you're running comps, you always want to look at bedroom, bathroom, square footage, year built condition. This is a fixture-upper, but I pay close attention to the year built and everything. Hold on a second. Make sure. Here we go. Okay. All right, great. So let me take a look at the comps. Let's see. There's a lot of landlords buying. Not a really good price. I mean, you have one right down the street. I don't know what kind of condition this was in. So this is a comp. It says that this sold for 40 in June of last year. So sometimes you don't see photos. So if I don't see photos, I'll just go ahead and pull this up, see if realtor.com may have any. So this does. All right. So, this was rough though. What about the inside? They added this new feature. I don't know if this was on here before, but they added this fly around feature. Doesn't really do much, but kind of good for marketing. Sometimes, you can see some stuff in the back. Let's see. You could zoom in. Oh, okay. What do they have in the back there? Like a mother-in-law. It reminds me of the PlayStation 2 graphics or Nintendo 64 graphics or something. I don't know what all that is. I just know that that needs a full rehab. So this property sold for 40K. The windows are boarded up. There's not much going on here. It's a small pocket. Oh, here we go. So this one sold for 65. This is a smart match here. This kind of looks similar to ours. Oh, not that one. Hold on a second. This one kind of looks similar to ours. So let me see the front of this real quick again. You got to look at everything. And wait, this one's built 19. Ours was built 1920. Okay. This one is built 1912, but this is fully renovated. Okay. So this is actually a decent comp. Renovated for this area. All right. So they bought that for $65,000. Okay. Ours isn't much different. I mean, it's got a carport, but they're asking 85. I think we have to be at like 55. If that's the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this guy, and I'm gonna see what they say. I'm gonna see what they say. Let's go ahead and make the call. I'll call from the Oklahoma number. Doesn't really have any information. I don't know if you see electric plumbing on the description. This would be a
Your
comment.
call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're
1940. So that's just too much of a difference in year built. Fully renovated though. Let me call one more time. And when I see a fully renovated property that is that much newer but similar bedroom bathroom square footage, I consider our ARV much less than this. Always try to stay conservative as possible. A similar kitchen.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
All right, no answer. Let's go to the next one. Okay. The next one, let's call this one here. Let me see what we got. All right, Mrs. Cade. This is in Collinsville, Mississippi. All right. This is 1 hour. Looks like she filled out a form. It's only been on here for 1 hour. You have 49 views and 5 saves in 1 hour. Oh, but she has it listed. Well, she filled out a form though. So I don't know what's going on. I always bring that up. You know, when people fill out a form, one of the qualifying questions is this listed with a realtor? Some people say no and put it in there anyway, and then you pull it up on online, and it that's not the case. They're asking 229. Here's a property. What's the story behind this one? Good shape. Asking 250. Ma'am, you just posted this an hour ago. You're asking me 250, but you have it listed for 229. Good condition. Reason for selling, divorce. I don't know why people fill out a form asking a higher price when it's listed on the market for $30K less. But we're gonna call her anyway and find out what's going on. Okay, so let's give her a call. I'll start running some comps on this. This is Kate.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
All right, and then I'm gonna also look at the equity. So this is a divorce lead. It's in nowhere. Middle of nowhere. I usually so. Yeah,
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice.
Let's go next one. Nothing going on with that one. Let's see. Whitesboro, Texas. Okay. Water Street. Water Street, Whitesboro, Texas. I don't even, hold on a second. Let me see where this is at, because I don't see anything around this area either. Oh, okay, never mind. They just bought this last year. So always study these as well. I mean, you don't have to run comps before you call, but just to get a quick snapshot, hey, you just bought this last year. Like, what? Why do you want to sell so soon? And sometimes if they bought it recently and it was on market, I mean, you could look up photos from PropStream that pulls from the MLS, and sometimes you'll have a good idea of the condition anyway. So this looks okay. Let me see. Oh no, that's the old listing. Let me see. I was looking at a different property. Water Street, White. It's hard to find online. I mean, I really got to type it in here. Texas. Okay. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1242 square feet. I'm just trying to pull it up on PropStream to see if I can find any more photos, because it should be very similar. Okay, there's actually a lot of photos, actually. That's good. Also, something to pay attention to, if the homeowner just bought it recently, right, and they're asking a price that is above what it was listed for, something I automatically pay attention to is, well, how many days on market? So they bought this for $210, and it was in the market for 48 days. So I know that I can't be obviously above that. Estimated value is 230. Oh, this thing's in great shape. Okay. So why do they want to sell so soon? Okay, so Elijah's their name. They're asking 250. No repairs needed. Reason for selling: relocation. Some of these could be good terms deals, but since they bought it so recent, I mean, I don't know what that interest looks like. I spoke with a guy this morning. His interest rate is 11%. Crazy. All right, let's go ahead and call this guy. Elijah. This isn't Texas. See if he picks up.
Sorry, the mailbox is full and there is not.
Let's call back.
Sorry, the mailbox is full and there is not enough space to leave a message.
Not enough.
Goodbye.
So then we'd have to fix that guy. All right, next one is Mount Clemens, Michigan. Mount Clemens, Michigan. Whoa. This is which house is this? What is going on here? Let me see something. Interesting property. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the middle one. Let me see if it pulls up. Looks like they were in the middle of renovating the property. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's because the sometimes when you move, I mean, look at that. The time lapse. Okay, so it probably looks like this now. This is a nice house. So what's going on with this one? Oh, condition bad. Major repairs needed. Reason for selling, purchasing a new home. This house is a fixer-upper. So it looks like I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe this is the before, maybe this is the after. I'm looking for a Google watermark to tell me. 2025. Yeah, I can't really tell. Sometimes Google does that stuff. Doesn't look like a fixer-upper from the outside. It actually looks decent. But we don't know until we speak with them. All right. What's her name? Mrs. Stern. This is in Michigan.
Hello?
Hey, Mrs. Stern. Maybe she didn't hear me. Hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Maybe she did not hear me. Let's call her back. Maybe that's her.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry about that. This is Miss.
That's okay. Yes.
Great. You filled out a form to get an offer on that property in Cass Avenue. Are you still looking to get one?
Yes.
Okay, great. Did I catch it a good time?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So our process is actually quite simple. I just want to ask you a few more questions, and then I'll go ahead and evaluate the area. Takes about 5-10 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Perfect. And I like reminding everybody we are, a real estate investment company. So sometimes we're not a good fit. If I'm not a good fit, I'll let you know up front so I don't waste your time. Okay.
And what's the name of your company?
It's called ARC.
Okay.
Okay. So you filled out a form here. It says bad, major repairs needed. House is a fixer-upper. Can you tell me a little bit more about the kind of work it might need?
Well, the siding is brand new on 3 sides of the house. The back side only has half the siding, so it will need new siding.
Okay.
Okay. One of the bathrooms is under, we started to remodel it, so it has no sink or no toilet. Right now, the tile is about half done. It does have heated floors, and then the tile on top of it is about half done, and tile in the shower is about half done.
Okay.
The kitchen has drywall, but other than that, like I said, it's usable, but that would need to be redone. The main floor has new vinyl flooring. The second floor has the same flooring. Let me think. The basement is unfinished. It is a walkout basement. It's about 10-foot ceilings, but it is unfinished. So
Okay.
that'll need to be done. Has brand new windows. Actually, they're probably about like 2-3 years old, but some of the trim on the outside is missing. The electrical is brand new. 5 years ago when we moved in, it had knob and tube wiring, so we got the electrical done. That is all completed. It has brand new ductwork from the last 5 years. It has 2 new furnaces from the last 5 years. There's no AC. It is window air.
Okay.
It's a lot of like cosmetics that will need to be done. Like some of the baseboards are missing the trim, trim around door frames.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the light fixtures are missing. When they redid the wiring, we didn't replace some of the main fixtures. There's can lights throughout the house, but like the center one in like the room, some of that's missing. There is step lights going up to the second floor. There's 4 bedrooms. 3 of the bedrooms still have the plaster walls because it's from 1905. The main bedroom, however, was gutted, and it does have the insulation and drywall. So that's all completed. Just the other ones, you're going to want to have to, fix the plaster walls.
So what color's the outside of the house now?
It's almost like a black. It's like a really dark gray.
Oh, okay.
But it has a brand new porch out front with the trucks. When we moved in, it was just a small porch and it was caving in. So we demolished that, and it's a brand new porch.
All
It
right.
has a brand new privacy fence in the backyard. It's also gated in the front yard.
Got it.
It has a 2-car detached garage.
Right.
It has epoxy floors in there.
Oh, 2-car detached garage in the back.
Yep,
Okay.
and with epoxy flooring.
Got it. It's funny. I was on Google Street View, and like when I was looking at it, I don't know if that's maybe you painting the outside.
It's not. There's been so many people like, is that you? No, it was a friend of the family painting.
Oh.
And I can't tell you how many times this house has been painted on the outside, because when you say you want gray, and then when you finally put gray on, it ends up being like a blue gray or a green gray or a purple gray. I'm like, this is not gray. And so we kept changing it, and then my husband got this really dark gray that was almost like a black, and then we liked it, so we just kept it. So we're like, okay.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how many times I came home and it was like, why is my house blue? And he's like, it's not blue, it's gray. I'm like, that is blue.
Yeah, kind of. It's hard to tell. It looks like a dark gray or like a navy blue.
Yeah, so like I said, so that picture is not fully updated.
Okay. What kind of time frame were you guys looking to sell?
About 7 to 10 days.
Okay, 7 to 10 days, and then.
Yep, we actually found another property that we want to close on November 10th.
Oh, that's right around the corner. Okay.
Yep, so we want to do that. We put probably about $80,000 into this house. We know we're going to take a hit. We're not going to get that money back.
Mm-hmm.
But we are looking like bottom dollar, like 175, 180.
175, 180.
Yeah.
What if we covered the closing costs and close quick? What do you think would be the best price you can do?
That is about the best price, because we still have a mortgage on it that we would have to pay off.
Okay. How much is left on the mortgage?
Just about, like I said, right below that, and then we need just a little bit to put towards the next property with the bare minimum of that. So we want to be able to really go lower.
I'm trying to take a look here, because there's a couple ways we purchase properties. Some people, if they have some equity, and let's say they're trying to sell it just to put a small portion of that into their next property, sometimes we'll pay that at closing, and then we could take over the mortgage. But the property you're looking to purchase is going to be a primary residence, I'm assuming.
Correct. Yep. Right now we're staying here, but we're hoping to get out rather soon.
Okay. What 170. What are you guys gonna do if it doesn't sell the price you want?
Then stay here for a little bit longer, continue with the repairs, and then try again, maybe in the spring.
Okay. This is about 2,800 square feet. Does that sound about right?
Yep, and the attic is a crow's nest, so it is a walk-in attic that is also finished. My son needs physical therapy, and so up there he uses it for like his climbing, his swings, and things like that. So it has drywall, it has electrical put in there, so that's an extra living space.
Okay. And it was built in 1900?
Yeah, about 1905.
Gotcha. Okay.
So all the big things are done. I know, like the garage will need like some gutters, like I said, but new electrical, new furnace, new plumbing, that's new windows, all the main stuff's done. We got new flooring. When we put in the new flooring, we also redid like the joist underneath it, all the subfloors, that's all brand new as well.
Nice. Okay. Would you happen to have any photos that you could text this number about the condition?
Yeah, I can send you some photos.
That'd be great. I'm trying to get a good understanding, because I don't know if we could do the 170. I'd have to confirm, but if we can do that, was that something you and your husband already moved forward with today?
Yeah. How fast would we be able to close? Could we do it by November 10th, or would you need to have like an inspector come, or how does that work?
Yeah, so typically, well, the most top priority is just a clean title. That doesn't take long, but we definitely want to do a walkthrough of it. So we do have an inspection, but I mean, you gave me a lot of information. I want to just see some photos, so that'll kind of help me make a better decision. Because I think
Okay.
170 is reasonable. It just depends on how much work is really left. So we could always take a
Yeah.
look at the inside. We have closed that quickly, but I always tell people I don't want to, over promise and under deliver, but we have closed in 2 weeks in some instances. But I always tell people on or before 30 days is what I usually tell
Okay.
people. Um,
Okay. Well, let me send you some photos then, and you let me know.
yeah, when's a better time to give you a call back?
Well, I mean, not this evening because we do have kids. We'll be trick-or-treating. So I would say I'm available today until about 4-ish. Because then they're all going to be home, and then it's going to be chaotic with trick-or-treating, and then I'm free all weekend. So.
Okay, perfect. I'll give you a call later this afternoon, and if I don't catch you before, then I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Or you can always shoot me a text. Even if it's later this evening, you can text me. I just wouldn't be able to really talk on the phone with walking around with them.
Yeah, no problem. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. Dang, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. You guys, can you guess where this came from? Lead House. So why is this a good deal? Well, I'm looking at the comps. This property is let me go back here. It's 2,800 square feet. I want to see what the photos look like because it does look like, I mean, it looks decent on the outside, but when I was looking at the comps, let me see. I did see one. Let me see if I could pull this back up. Oh, I want to filter by square footage. Let me refresh this. And it's very important to make sure that when you're looking at these comps, you really 1900 built in 1900 is an old house. So you really got to make sure you're sharp with the comps. You can't compare it to like a 1950 or anything like that. Just a different kind of property class. Where's that comp? I found a comp that sold for 191. Now, when she filled out the form, notice she filled out the form. She said she wanted, was it 185 or 180? Okay. And then she already sent me all the photos. Wow, this is not in bad shape. Are you kidding me? This thing is in good shape. Hold on. I mean, the first few pictures look okay. This doesn't look bad. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the bathroom. Let me see. This is not bad. This is a good deal right here. Not bad. Okay, it needs some drywall. She did talk about that over here. Okay. It needs a very light rehab though. I didn't know what, sometimes people say these things and it needs a lot of work, but this actually is not in bad shape. Anyways, I was looking at the comps. I found a comp. This is 1,490 square feet. They bought this for 191. 191. And ours is 2,800 square feet, like double the size. So I think at 170, this would make sense. Now, some people, they want to close quickly and all that stuff, but you have to set the good expectations that, like we have closed that quick before, but it depends on the inspection, depends on the title search. We never want to overpromise people stuff that's just not realistic. So, I had a lady yesterday I was on the phone with for 3 hours, and she wants to close quick. And I said, listen, it depends on the walkthrough inspection, and it depends on the title search. We have to get really creative with that. This is a very large house. This one that's sold for, you have a few. Yeah, this is, it's a good area too. Good area. There's a museum here. There's an academy. There's a high school. What else we got here? Okay, this is like close to the little downtown area. Yeah, this is pretty good. So I'm not gonna jump on this immediately, and you shouldn't, right? I want to look at all these photos, which the house looks great, better than I thought. And she doesn't. I asked her like, hey, if we can do this, is some of you and her husband ready to move forward today? She's going to take the kids trick or treating, whatever. So she's available till 4 o'clock. I can definitely hit her up before 4 o'clock and let her know that we can move forward. But it's important for everybody to realize whenever you are negotiating and you get an accepted offer, you have to call them back and assume the close, right? So what I mean by that is that price makes sense. She was actually asking 180 and now she went down to 170. I think this could at least minimum be sold for 190 because a smaller one, 1,400 square feet, half the size of ours, sold for 190, 191. So when you're calling a lead back, you have to assume the close. Once the offer is accepted, there's no need to oversell. Just go to the next steps and make sure you guide them. So when I do call her back, it's going to look something like this, right? Hey, Mrs. Stearns, great news. It looks like we can go ahead and do that price of 170. The next step is I want to email you and your husband over an agreement so we can review it together. When's the best time to do that? Okay. Now, she may not be available when I call her to review that. So I say, hey, no problem. I don't want to rush it. When's a better time to call you back? I'll draft the agreement. I'll call them back the next day. I think she's going to be busy, tied up tonight anyway. So assume the close, draft it up, and get ready for a signature. But Lead House does it again. I think this is a solid deal. Okay, very solid deal. Let me look at this one here. All right. I want to stay as close as possible. It's a very large house. There's not too many. Here's one that sold for 310. This one's close. And this just sold in March of this year. Okay. Let's see. This one's in okay shape. Yeah, so I'll give her a call back. We'll see what we can do with that. Great lead. Thank you, Lead House. Telling you guys, if you have not, I'll put a link in the description, but if you haven't connected with Lead House, you got to get with Lead House because they provide leads just like this. Motivated sellers, ready to go. That's all you need. You need to get somebody in front of you that wants to sell, needs to sell, and then you do the rest, right? You have to be good at acquisitions and follow-up and negotiations and obviously selling the deal. But, I mean, the proof's in the pudding right there. So great lead. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what else we got here. We have one. What is this? All right. So we have one in Ohio Avenue in Columbus, Kansas. Ohio Avenue in Columbus, Kansas. Some of these places I never heard of, but. And if you're ever looking at properties and you don't want them in a rural area, you want them at least an hour close to like a bigger city. But this one, they're asking $30,000. $30,000. Now, this is a for sale by owner. You guys can get properties on Zillow. We're closing on one today that was a Zillow for sale by owner. So I don't want to hear there's no deals on Zillow. There's deals on Zillow. But when you go after for sale by owners and the price makes sense, they have to agree to take the listing down so you don't compete against yourself. Okay. They're asking 30. Let's see. Let me run some comps for you real quick. 22 days, 6 saves, or 22 hours, 6 saves. Okay. I thought it was 22 days. That would not be good, but 22 hours and 6 saves, 85 views. That's actually pretty good. Let's run some comps on your lead, and I'll let you know what I think about it. I'm not familiar with this city. I'm not really familiar with Kansas. I mean, we have tools and resources to get familiar with it and know where we have to be. But you guys, if you ever live in the market you're doing business in, you're going to know better than anybody else. Okay, this is a very small town. What is the population here? That's something I also look at as the population. Population is, let me see. Oh, it doesn't have any data? Not yet officially available. Come on. What about last year? 2,878 people in Columbus, Kansas. So who's going to buy this house? I don't know. But I do know that we have to be overly aggressively conservative if we are going to try and move a property that is in the middle of nowhere. The comps, there's no comps that show up here. Let me go over here. MLS details. Oh, this was listed 5 years ago for $38,000 and it couldn't sell. It's stayed on the market for 4 months. It's not a good sign. Wait, I think I found a comp. Oof. Ours is built 1870. And George Washington lived in this house. Oh, this is I found a renovated one. This one's built in 1920. They flipped it. So they sold it for $160. Whenever you see a renovated property, you want to see, okay, well, what did they buy it for if it even shows that? Let me see if I could pull this one up. This is non-disclosure state. Is it similar to ours? A little bit. The year built is also different, but no, it's not going to show that. It wasn't a flip because you can see personal belongings. They just updated it. If you see personal belongings, it's more than likely not a flip, right? If you see it staged or virtually staged, and there might be something there. Man, this one, I mean, it's listed at 30. So what's the estimated value? 132? So whenever you're looking at these middle of nowhere, another thing you want to look at is, okay, well, what is active on the market? What is pending on the market? Because when you're negotiating with somebody, well, there's not enough comps, you have to be below what's active on the market. Okay. I see properties right now, 21,000, 14,000. Oh, that's land. This one is a house. Oh man, that's a fixer-upper though. October. Okay, here's one that's active on the market. They listed it in October. It doesn't have any photos. Number 3, they're asking 142. I want to get a good idea of what those photos look like. Okay. So here's the house. Here's a comparable that's active on the market. Okay. Now, our property is 1,588 square feet, built in 1870. This one's 1951. I can't really compare this to that one. Even if we get ours under contract, I mean, it's going to be tough. According to the estimated value, the numbers make sense, but I'm trying to kill the deal, and I've already killed it because I've seen a couple comps. There is one. Well, there is one. Let me see if this has photos. Does foot on this side? What's the description say? Handyman special needs repairs, needs rehab, big lot, big garage. Let's call this guy because needs rehab. To what extent, right? Is it like a full rehab? Is it a light rehab? Is it livable? You'd be surprised. Some people live in houses that you think might need a rehab, and they just live in it, and it's livable. So if a property is livable, I'm going to look at it much differently than full gut rehab. So let's call this guy. You have any questions? Go ahead and drop them in the chat.
Hello, it's Fred.
Hi, Fred. I saw your listing on North Ohio Avenue. Are you still accepting offers for it?
Yes, I am.
Got it. I noticed you mentioned it needs a rehab. Would it be like a full rehab? Is it livable? Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
I would say it's a full rehab, but there was some guy living in there for almost 3 to 4 years. I had it sold on like a lease option, so he had the water and the electric turned on, but it's really a wreck. It's not worse than it was. So, yeah, I would say it needs a full rehab. Quite frankly, I think it would be really better suited for like a storage as is. Put down some plywood over the floors are not so great. I just threw down some like plywood, flooring sheets over what's there, and then it's got concrete slab on that big garage thing. I think that would make an excellent storage building, quite frankly, rather than a living unit. So the rent might even be higher for that, and then you wouldn't have to fix it up so much. But it's got a big lot, and you need to look into that. But I think you could split that lot up into 2 half-acre lots, and you can put like a new modular on the vacant one, and keep the other house as a rental or a storage or whatever. But yeah, a lot of potential there. Big garage area, big lot.
Would you happen to know the age of the roof?
It's really old. It's not leaking, but yeah, it's due. It's over. And there's like over the garage plate portion, it has a little kind of like bow to it in the roof. Would be to go over that with a metal roof right over what's there, because I think there's only one row of shingles on it. So you can do another shingle over, or you could do the metal over. But if you did the metal, then it'd be really easy to just, put some like shim boards in there or whatever. You're going to put down the strapping boards anyways, right? And so you could just kind of shim that up to level it out, and that would make it look better. So yeah, I'd say you definitely need a new roof. But, it's probably got a couple of years left in the roof, but it's about time for it to get a new one.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what about the electric and plumbing?
It's really, really bad shape. He was like doing stuff and pulling wires out and disconnected things and never put them back together. So, like I said, he was living there. So, a toilet and a shower and the sink is working, and some electric is working because he lived there with his kids and everything. But I would say it needs a lot of work. But it's like a new breaker box, and it's a new line from so it's a new meter, a new drop line from the meter to the pole, and new breaker boxes, which is good, but the wiring in the house needs to be redone. So I don't know if it needed to be redone, but rewired. If I were going to do it, I'd replace all the outlets and switches and whatever wires that needed to be replaced.
Okay, that makes sense. What do you think would be the best price you can do on this?
I think I'm at rock bottom at 30. So, I think that's a good rock bottom price. I could possibly do some kind of post-seller financing with that. So that's a concession right there.
How much time would you give us if we went that route?
I was thinking maybe because the last time it was, it was a lease option kind of a thing, and he didn't put very much down. I would like kind of a substantial down payment, and then just a regular mortgage, just sell it outright rather than do and then you just however you want to work out the payments, 15, 20, 25, 30 year, whatever.
How much down you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking 6,000 would be a good number. That would be, whoever the buyer is going to have some skin in the game, with 6,000 down. And, I couldn't, even if I had to take it back again, I wouldn't lose too much.
Yeah. Okay. And then, what kind of time frame more or less were you looking to sell?
As soon as possible. I don't live in the area. I'm about 3 or 4 hours away. And it's kind of a long story short. I got it. I was going to fix it up and live in that area. Then I ended up moving somewhere else. And then I had it under this guy for a long time. I have some health issues. I keep on thinking I'm going to get better at some point. I'm going to go over there and miraculously spring back to life and do all the stuff I need to do at my house and at that house, and it's just not happening. I'm actually getting worse and worse instead of getting better and better. So I just don't have time to deal with that thing. So just whenever I can, get rid of it and get rid of it.
Gotcha.
Have you seen it yet?
No, I was just looking at the photos. I just came across it. One of my
Yeah.
partners sent it over to me. We're an investment company. I mean, we buy
Yeah.
in Kansas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and they just kind of sent me this, and it kind of caught my eye. But
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah,
I'm
it'd make a great flip. Needs lots of work. Absolutely, lots of work. But it's a great lot. It's a nice big lot. Some potential instead of the house. There's some people looking at it. They wanted to put some office buildings up in there because it's kind of a, it's on the corner lot there, and it's got some frontage, some other commercial properties in the area. So, yeah, if you stop by to look at it, everyone who stopped by says all the windows are open, the doors are open and kicked in and whatever. So just bring a hammer and a nail and nail the door shut behind you if you go take a look at it.
Would you happen to have any photos of the inside?
Not recent ones. I don't have any recent ones.
Okay.
I went over there and the last time I did some cleanup, I planned on going right back and doing some more cleanup work and then take the photos. And I just never made it over there. I'm barely able to stay on top of things I need to do here at my own house. So, but you have to go over there. It's been a few months and I got to cut the grass again. So, I don't know when that's going to, yeah.
All right. I'll speak with my partner and see if we can do that. We'll maybe structure the terms is probably a little bit more attractive. Let me crunch some numbers and see what that would look like, and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I know. When you crunch the numbers on like a 30-year mortgage on what $24,000 is like, it'll be like peanuts. It'll be like so small. It would be very affordable to anyone who can come up with the down payment.
What were the payments of the previous occupant?
Well, the deal I had worked out with him was it was just a straight up sale. It was going to be $800 a month for 8 years. He would own it outright. So $400 would go toward the lease and $400 toward the option. After 4 years, he's going to he get the keys and he can fix it up and do whatever he wants to. And he was almost 4 years into that 8-year thing, and he just I think he had some issues. He just kind of when I saw him that last time. When he moved out, there's something wrong with him. I think he's have some mental health and drug issues or whatever. But he was 4 years into an 8-year deal, so they're just flat out $800 a month, 8 years. It would have been his, so made it almost halfway.
All right. Well, let me speak with my partner. Can I call you back at this number?
Sure, that's fine. Or you can send me a text message. And if you want to send over some serious offers, I prefer in writing on a real contract and through the emails. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Right.
Okay. Man, the numbers look good. 30-year mortgage, $6,000 down. If we're buying it at 30, we're putting $6,000 down. Financing the 24, it's like without any interest, that's like $50 a month. Now it does need a full rehab. The problem is there's the property. This is why I look at everything. Even if we got this under contract, it'd be very tough to move. This property, now our property is 1,588 square feet, built in 1870. Look at this one. This is active on the market. It's a 3.2, almost 2,700 square feet, built in 1910 for $55,000. It's been on the market for 51 days. It does need work. It is nicer than ours. I'm assuming it's in better shape, but we can't ask higher than this one. I already know that. Terms, it might it might work. I gotta see. Let me see. What's the average rent here? Monthly rent is $910. It's the CapEx. It's the renovation cost that's really gonna throw the numbers and the year built. So we have to be overly conservative with these. We have done deals, similar markets to this. And we have had interest. You'd be surprised on terms, right, on terms. The guy does seem motivated. He does. His mailing address is Oklahoma. His number is Oklahoma, so I called from an Oklahoma number. Let me look at this. So I have this offer calculator that's in the community. I just want to crunch some numbers here real quick. What's the square footage? 1588. I'm not looking at this one. I'm looking at this one. 1588. Let me see. 1588. Heavy rehab. The ARV, I'm going to say it's around 130. Fully renovated. Dang. Our offer is like $9,000 because it's gonna it's not a small house, but it's not a super large house. The renovation cost is what's gonna kill it. So not every lead is a deal. As motivated as they are, I mean, yes, we can try to find a solution, but yeah. All right, cool. What is the next one we have? So that was a decent one. Let's call another one. Oh, Kelly. Let me see, Mrs. Stern. So that was a really good one. That's an interested lead. All right. Hold on a second. What did I do here? Oh, there we go. Okay, next lead is, oh no, I called that one. He didn't answer the phone. The one in Texas. All right, here's one. This one is in Decatur, Michigan. There's also Decatur in Georgia. You know, when I first heard about that city, I called it Decatur, and my friends laughed at me, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Decatur. Anyways, this one's in Decatur, Michigan. You know, there's Miami in Ohio, and there's Philadelphia in Tennessee. Interesting. All right, so let's look up Michigan. Let's pull this up and see what this looks like. Decatur, Michigan, North John. Oh, this is up for auction, so we're going to skip this. This is already auction. I don't really mess with those. Great place to get buyers, but for our exit strategy, we don't focus on auctions. Gulfport, Mississippi. All right, asking $280. Little to no repairs needed. Reason for selling: financial hardship. Okay. Well, looks like they're asking high. This is actually a really nice house. Some of these end up being some decent terms deals. Okay. Some pretty good terms deals. All right. Yeah, this is nice. I mean, this is, what year was this built? Let me see this. Built 2017. Okay. You're just asking a little high, sir. What did he buy this for? That, you know, when people ask high, it's because they either owe too much or they're trying to make a specific amount of money to walk away with. But on the creative side, sometimes you can pay that equity up front at closing and then take over the monthly payments, just like we did with that deal in Tennessee. Okay, so the estimated value is $254. Okay, so it looks like it's bankruptcy. So it's this is 2016 failed listing. So non-disclosure state, MLS details. They bought it for $160, so they have equity in it. Let's give them a call and let's see if we can dig in a little bit more about their situation. I had to sneeze there. All right. All right, let's call them from this number here. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Hello?
Hey, Mrs. Guidry.
Uh-huh.
Hey, my name's Steven. Looks like you filled out a form to get an offer on your house on Cardinal Lane.
Yes, could you give me like 5 minutes? Because someone else called and they are going through the process now.
Oh, he's on the other
And
line?
I'm just, yeah, well, someone else is. I don't know. I don't think it's with your company, though. I'm just getting offers right now, seeing who has the best deal, and whoever does, that's who I'm going with.
Okay. What's the best price you can do on this so I don't waste your time?
Well, we owe 129 on the home, like that's the remaining balance. So I've been offered 50, 70, and 80, and I'm in between those three right now.
50, 70, and 80?
Mm-hmm.
That like total purchase price for this house?
No, the total purchase is 129,
Oh,
but I want to walk away with that amount.
yeah,
I'm not going to just give my house up and y'all make the deal. It has to make sense for both of us.
of course. I think
So
those
I'm
offers are actually low.
Say that again?
I think all those offers are low. It depends on what they're going to do. I mean, this house was built 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this would be more of a rental property, but I don't know what the other offers are, but I think we could probably be the highest.
I just told you. I told you it was 50, 70, and 80. Those were the three.
I think we can beat all those prices from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Well, I'll give you a call back shortly. I like to kind of let people tell me what they have to say, and then, and then I'll call you back. He has me on hold currently on my other phone.
got it. Okay.
What's your name?
My name's Steven. I'm with ARC. I'll be available here with the next 5 minutes.
Oh.
We can talk.
Okay, cool. I'll give you a call back.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. So something that I want you to realize there is they're on the phone with the competition. I don't want to talk about the competition, bad about the competition, because I don't know the competition. There's no need for me to talk about them. But all those offers seem pretty low. Okay. She owes 130. Let me see this. Because we can beat all those offers. I just have to see if she's open to the other options. Okay. I will run comps on the cash offer, but I think this is a great lead. Can you guys guess where this came from? This came from Lead House. Lead House strikes again. So very motivated. She's trying to collect offers. She's going to call me back in 5 minutes. I think I can beat all those offers. I want to see the guy that she's on the phone with. Let's see what they say, right? I want to respect her respecting the other people, because the second I start talking bad about the other people and say, oh, yeah, we don't do that, because then if I don't respect her respecting the other people, that means I don't respect her, if that makes sense, right? So I don't want to make her think I'm thirsty for the deal, because I'm not. And I want to have an opportunity to present the best offer possible. And typically, I like being one of the last people to speak with the homeowner, especially if they're having a bidding war, right? So I will throw all those three options at her. I think this is a great lead. The motivation's there: bankruptcy, financial hardship. Let's see, what is the? Oh yeah, I mean, this is a great area too. Nice. You never know what you can get in Mississippi, but there's really nice parts of Mississippi too. Very good. Okay, cool. So very nice house. It's brick, good community. I think it's a great lead. Thank you, Lead House. Awesome, guys. Listen, have a great weekend. Go make some offers, close some deals. Oh, before I forget, this is the last day. This is the very last day I know that I talked about this AI driving for dollars, and I promised people that I would personally introduce them to the founder of the company. Today's the last day to do that. If you don't let me know today that you want to at least speak with them via email to have them personally walk you through what his software does, today's the last day. After today, you can still inquire about it, but I doubt that you're going to be directly connected with him. You have to go through a rep, and then an onboarding call. And listen, it's still a great product at the end of the day, but very rarely do you have the opportunity to speak directly with the founder of the company and really let them get on a call with you and show you what it's all about. This deal that we got, we've already sold it, by the way. It's scheduled to close. This deal, okay, this is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We locked this up and we already sold it. And it came with a 1928 Mercedes Gazelle. It's a car kit, but still nice. Horrible shape, though, but it could be restored. But check this out. I mean, you never know what you're going to get in these vacant properties. Look at this car. This is what it would look like once it's restored. It doesn't look anything like this right now, but this is a nice car, right? And that's because this AI software knows how to identify distressed properties. And if you're talking to people that have distressed properties, they're going to be a lot more open to hearing what you have to say. So I really like it. Today's the last day for your opportunity to speak directly to the founder. If you're interested, shoot me a message on Instagram, on Facebook. Just say, hey, Steven, I saw you talking about this AI. I want to know more about it. And it's just an introduction, and that's it. But after today, I mean, you'll just have to go through the process. But anyways, besides that, have a great weekend. Go crush it. Make some offers. I'll see you guys next time.